Good morning guys from Ubud in Bali in Indonesia. Today I'm going to be giving you kind of a tour of my house here in Bali and also talking about the cost of living in Ubud, and I hope that it helps. That is our house here in Bali. It's in this courtyard that's really beautiful. There is a temple right there. It's kind of part of our yard slash courtyard. So this is our house here. I love these stairs. Something that I love about this house is the balcony is so huge. I've had apartments smaller than this balcony.
Yellow.
That's Livio. He comes with the house. It's a good deal. I love the door to the house. It's very traditional. If you look closer, it's very intricate details on the door. Going in the door, this is the main room. Very spacious and nice. Lots of natural light, sunny. The bed made nicely as it is every morning. Yeah, that's true. This is the view from the other side of the room. So there's the bed. And then we have another bed, which we don't really use except to store our various pillow collection. Yes. For some reason the fridge is like on the complete other side of the house from the kitchen, but oh well. So we have a pretty nice sized little fridge here. This is where we keep our some of our cameras and our watermelons. Oh gosh, Livio! Why did you do that?
Why do you do this when you're scared?
I don't. He does this to me so many times. Now that we've gotten that out of the way from Livio, this door by the other bed is a sliding door, and you can go out here and there's kind of another garden. Those coconuts, sometimes the people that rent us this house, they cut them and like give us fresh coconuts. And there's all these lilies here. Really pretty. Over here is the bathroom. Hello. This is the actual bathroom. Pretty simple. This is the kitchen. Spacious, a lot of counter space. And if you go out this door, this is kind of another entrance to our house. It goes to another garden. And that walkway goes to the courtyard and the porch. So yeah, that's the kitchen, bathroom, and the main room, and the porch. And that's my house here in Bali. So guys, that was a tour of my house here in Bali, and now I'm going to talk about the cost of living here and my expenses every month. Just to let you know, I'm not going to do a video that's kind of saying, oh, this is about the cost of this, or apartments here are normally this much. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what I actually for real pay. Your cost of living isn't going to be exactly mine, of course, but I feel like this can give you a good idea of how expensive or cheap it is to live in Bali. All of these prices are going to be about Bali, yes, but specifically about Ubud. Shouldn't be too much of a difference, but just to keep in mind, first of all, one of the biggest expenses of living somewhere is going to be the rent. This house that I'm living in now is 5 million rupiah a month, and that is equal to $374. I do live with Livio, so we split the housing cost in half, obviously. So that brings it down to $187 per person per month. $187 a month is my cost of rent. So the last month that we were in Bali, we lived in a different place that was a lot cheaper. It was 3.5 million. That equals $132 a month per person. The place that we had before was really nice, beautiful. However, it was smaller and it did not have a kitchen. Paying 3.5 versus 5 million rupiah sounds like a big difference, but in US dollars, it's just a little over $50. For paying $50 more, we really thought that it was worth it this month to get an actual house here in Bali. A lot of places don't have a kitchen. So that was something that we were willing to pay more for. So again, the rent is $187 per month. Included in the price of rent, we get a lot of amenities. We get high-speed Wi-Fi, TV, electricity, trash, and even cleaning service. We even get free coffee and tea every day as part of the rent. And when I was telling you guys about the apartment that we had last month back in Bali for even cheaper, for $132 a month, all of the amenities that I just listed were also included in that place. And additionally, that place also gave us free breakfast twice a week, included in the price of our rent. Probably the second biggest cost of living, food. Eating out here is super, super cheap, but going to the grocery store, of course, is even cheaper. For groceries, I'd say that we spend about 400,000 rupiah a week. That is equal to $30 a week, which is equal to $90 a month or $45 per person. So $45 per person per month for groceries. And then also eating out. An average meal when you're getting, you know, a big entree and a drink is gonna be around $2 to $4. It's just really cheap. Even if you're getting the most expensive thing on the menu, you're spending maybe $4 or $5 for a whole meal. So if the average meal out is 40,000 rupiah, that's about $3. And I think that we eat out about 5 times a week. So that is $15 a week, which equals $45 a month. That's for one person, eating out 5 times a week. Another important cost of living here is transportation. And I found that the best way to get around Bali is to rent a scooter and drive yourself. Livio does all the driving. He's an experienced scooter rider. I would not even attempt to learn here because it's just a little crazy and there aren't very many rules. There's no speed limits. It can be dangerous. If you're thinking of getting a scooter in Bali, please be careful. Our scooter costs $50 a month, so that's $25 per person once it's split between us. The cost of gas, I feel like, really shouldn't even be entered into the cost of living here because it's so cheap. About $2 or $3 worth of gas will get us by for about a week. It's like $1 a week per person. We drive around a lot. We go on adventures. We go see stuff out of town. We drive all around town. Maybe $5 maximum per person a month on gas. So it's pretty much just like once you have the scooter, it's unlimited freedom of movement because gas is so cheap. Something for me here that I like to treat myself with is coffee. To get a latte or cappuccino, nice espresso, is about 30,000 rupiah, and I go about 4 times a week, which equals about $27 per month. I'm entering it into the expenses because I feel like everybody is going to want to do something like this. You know, maybe you want to go and shop a little bit, maybe you want to have a beer out sometimes, which, by the way, beer here is super cheap. I don't drink it, but maybe you do. So yeah, I think everybody is gonna have a little expense like this, just something that they like to go and do for themselves a certain number of times a month, and that's what this expense is for me. Even though that's kind of all of the expenses that I can think of, I just wanna make a separate category for other. Maybe you want to go and see some attractions, go to some parks. A lot of them, especially if you already have a bike to get there, are going to be free. But, you know, who knows? That for us would be maybe 100,000 rupiah per month. That's equal to $7.50. That was the video. That was the tour of my house here in Bali and me talking about how much I spend every month. I hope that you enjoyed and that you found something really useful. Maybe even just got encouraged to come to Bali because you see how cheap and awesome it is. I never really say this at the end of videos because I don't want to be like, oh, just go follow me everywhere. But I do post photos on Instagram that I think are pretty good, and I say stuff on Twitter. I actually had a thing where I let you guys vote on where I should go next out of 3 options, and the winner was Australia. So that's where I'm going next. So if you want to get in on anything like that, then you can go follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I have a Facebook too, but I've said enough about my social medias. You can find all those links down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching.